quiche is so easy. You can assemble the ingredients the night before, and you take your pie crust, put everything in it, put it in the oven, 350 for 1 hour, and you have a breakfast that is awesome. And yes, real men do eat quiche. This is a pre-boxed mix, and the water you're going to need to mix that. But the quiche itself is 4 eggs, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 2 cups of sharp cheddar cheese, or you can use a Gruyere cheese, milk. You can use half and half or real heavy cream, parsley, black pepper, and a bit of Parmesan cheese, 1/4 cup, ham steak or bacon, an onion. Cook that in my pan. It's very easy to follow the instructions on a pre-boxed pie crust. And that's going in the refrigerator until I'm ready for it. Dice 1 onion. Using olive oil to start the onions. There are things like mushrooms or onions, asparagus, kale, anything that you're going to, spinach, anything you're going to add to your quiche should be pre-cooked. So I'm going to pre-cook the onions. Put the onion in the oil. To get the onion to a translucent state, just a little cooked. Ham steaks are quick. I was going to make bacon, but cooking this the night before and trying not to eat it, but it's still frozen, so I'm not going to do this today. What I'm doing now is just cubing the ham and dicing it into just a little bit smaller pieces. I'm going to set that aside. And get my eggs ready. That's not my trash can. Actually, it is a trash can that I keep on the counter. It's not my household trash can. It's for when I'm cooking. Before I beat eggs, I'm going to add my parsley, black pepper, and everything is pretty much to taste. If you don't... The eggs, milk, half and half, or heavy cream. I'm not putting salt in because the ham is salty enough. No salt. When the onion looks like this, just before it starts to all get brown, set it aside. Before making the pie crust, you set your oven to 350, which that already knows. This is a 1 crust pie. How easy this is. If you have some very long pieces, you can just trim them off. Then roll your dough along the edge and flute. Put onion into the egg mix. Just stir that in. Stir in ham. I use 1/4 cup of Parmesan. I start by sprinkling some of the cheese on the bottom. I'm going to sprinkle it with a bit more parsley just because it's pretty. Put it into the oven for 40 to 50 minutes. At some point, I'm going to look at the crust, and I may put tin foil around just the edges. It's kitchen tip time. While this is cooking in the oven, I am going to show you a couple of kitchen tips. I have really nice cutting boards. I've got the bamboo cutting board you just saw me use, and I also have this kind of cutting board. But when I'm camping, or sometimes even in the kitchen, for extra ease of cleanup, I use these. You've seen this in my camping videos. These are individual cutting boards. So you can cut an onion on here or prepare fish. Since there's no place to wash these things, regular cutting boards, in a campground, it's not easy. I camp in a tent, so it's a little harder for me. I don't have an RV with a sink. I have a tent with a car. And this is what I use as a cutting board. That's what they actually are. Or there is another product, disposable cutting boards, and it has a cutter. One side is ribbed so that it doesn't slip. The other side is just plastic. I love these, so I thought I'd bring these upstairs from my camping box to show you easy ways of camping, easy ways of cooking, easy ways of cutting things up. And so ends my kitchen tip of the video. I don't want the crust to burn around the edge, so what I do, you might want to use a glove because I can't feel my fingers anyway. I've been baking so long. I'm going to check it for doneness. Clean knife. If a clean knife goes into the center and comes out clean, like that, it's done.